Hi, I'd like to welcome you back to Poem Praise 2. I'm right back at you, and we are almost done with Chapter 1. So, certainly, if you like this, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Now, let's get back into the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man. And it goes like this for Take 4. He was prompted to draw a portion of each story about each holiday and then join in class celebrations, usually in the form of a party. His mother and his teacher stood as the main authority figures in his life. From kindergarten on, he was fed more and more details of these holidays so as to firmly implant them in his brain. Kindergarten means children's garden. A garden to grow the child's mind into a certain fertile ideals for readiness to take steps towards adulthood and self-sufficiency. The black boy was surrounded with seeds of information alien to his history and lifestyle. These ideals were implanted in him at a very early age, and he was abruptly weaned from suggestions that might bloom into self-worth or self-value. His growth was non-political towards his own kind. He was bred to ignore his own presence on the earth. Prior to his formal education, several other fictional personalities were introduced to him of skeptical value. If he got particularly out of hand, or if his mother or another adult taking care of him needed to control him after threats of spanking had failed, they would invoke other monsters especially designed to make him behave. 1. The boogeyman, an ugly, mysterious man who scares, kidnaps, or kills bad little children. 2. A ghost, a dead person who comes back from the dead to get him and do him terrible harm by scaring him senseless. 3. The monster, a horrible type of creature with distorted features who would claw his skin or gobble him up if he was bad. All of these characters existed in the dark when the lights went out. They were all used when applicable to scare the black boy into behaving in a desired way. Although thought to be temporary in value and usage, this tactic was never quite forgotten by the black boy. Their existence was seemingly forgotten by the black boy. Their existence was seemingly validated on a holiday like Halloween, when the witches and goblins came out from somewhere to scare little children. On Halloween, he got to dress up in a funny or scary costume and go out trick-or-treating, which meant he went from door to door of strangle homes saying trick-or-treat and would get some kind of morsel of candy, fruit, or snack. He loved to wear a mask or paint his face. This Halloween holiday was also a gaily celebration in school with costume parties and refreshments. If he received no treat, the tricks surfaced in writing on people's cars or house windows with soap, throwing eggs, or turning over trash cans, or some other prank designed to hassle households who did not provide treats. Interestingly, all of the holidays the black boy was taught about contained various aspects of fear and supernatural. They also instilled certain ideas and imprinted Western values in his head, all rooted in expressing gratitude, honor, and respect for white males. Additional to the festival holidays during his first few years of school, he learned about Abraham Lincoln, a former American president who freed the slaves. His little brain was too undeveloped, along with his short attention span, to give him any long drawn out political explanation about old Abe and his real position on slavery. No one told him that Mr. Lincoln made a strictly political decision, and public relations wise awarded him the misleading credit of freeing the slaves. This was the first major mention of slavery he ever heard of. He was programmed with the impression that Negroes were happy slaves and needed the master to take care of them. He was told stories about how the slaves sang while they worked and danced all night. Nothing was mentioned to him about how Negroes became slaves or where they originally came from. He was just taught to be grateful to old Abe for setting the slaves free. Lincoln, a tall white man, but nice as Johnny Appleseed. Christopher Columbus was always highlighted for his masterful discovery of America when he accomplished in 1492 by sailing across the ocean from England in 3 ships supplied by his queen. It was quite easy to teach a black boy about boats floating on water with a great captain at the helm. Teaching black boys to be grateful to Columbus is one of the worst tragedies of misrepresentation ever inflicted on him. Telling him to respect and honor Christopher Columbus Day is like teaching a Jewish child to celebrate Adolf Hitler Day. It is that far from the truth. This falsified historical incorrect information is still taught to the black boy today, despite serious scholars announcing that Columbus introduced Western colonialism, capitalism, and slavery on the North American continent. Furthermore, studies show that he was already entertained a few pre-Nazi theories on the natural supremacy of the white race, proceeded to inflict genocidal practices on the native Indians, who were already set up and functioning in their own civilization when Columbus first docked. Old Chris was eventually debunked and jailed for unscrupulous politics. Every notable or famous individual that the black boy was introduced to, be he real or imagined, was in the personhood of a white male. Thus, he completed nearly 13 years of public school education, acknowledging that every commemorable action or intellectual victory was attributed to the white man. Nobody ever taught him during his formative years of the black man's place in history or his record of achievements. He had no knowledge of his own people and their contributions to math, science, medicine, or art. His own parents rarely mentioned black history to him. His church did not place blacks in any biblical content, and it was subtly suggested to him that being colored, a Negro, or black was something bad and undesirable. And if somebody insulted him by calling him black, he was always ready to fight about it. He wasn't black, and he didn't want he wasn't black, and he didn't want anybody trying to say he was. Black was a bad word only used in anger and hatred against another Negro. This system of loading the black boy's brain with foreign data put into motion an adult black male who left home to confront the world and his destiny with absolutely no knowledge about his past. With a white man's name, an Anglo-Saxon religion, and a memory dedicated to Western values that would plague him for generations to come. This intentional cover-up laid the foundation for the confusion and displacement that would eventually lead to his present endangered classification. The ultra-critical years between 1940 and 1990 produced the current perilous legacy of the black man, his sons, and his grandsons. This book is about the damaging effect of the brainwashing that the black man was subject to during that 50-year period. And it represents the first contemporary debriefing session he has had since slavery. Settle on an identity. Let me read that again. Settle on an identification is the first step toward unity. Original, Asiatic, Black, African, Afro-American, people of color, African American, Negro, colored, nigger, niggers. Who are you? And I'm going to let you see that in regards to right there is what I just went through and read. And the question is, who are you? See all the different qualifications, all the different names. Just didn't know what to call us, you know? What part of the game? Yes, we did complete chapter 1. Chapter 2, let you see that. We're about to get ready to go into chapter 2. My next take is going to be take number 5. Take number 5 is going to be chapter 2. And the title of chapter 2 is Identity. So now that we done went through, what did we go through? Quick question. Yeah, we went through the forward already. We went through chapter 1, babyhood and puberty. Now, we're ending that, and we're going to go into identity. So, certainly stay tuned to Poem Praise 2. I will be getting back with you, certainly if it be in thy will, for us to continue to go through the book. Right, that much to go. We gonna get through it, for sure though. And on that, I want you to be blessed. Have a wonderful rest of the evening to you and to your family. And I will talk to you later. From me to you on Poem Praise 2. Certainly like, share, subscribe, comment, or if you have any questions or any comments, certainly leave that below. Or if you would like, if you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to email me at poempraise2, all that's written together, and the number 2 at yahoo.com. Look forward to reading to you again, and until then, I'll talk with you later, y'all.